Hello Loudstrife, hello Lefreaky, hello Cerberus, hello Sultan. Streamed 67 seconds ago, I'm still streaming, bro. Old Woo, yo, hello, hello. Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Deflate compressed desk null for call. Oh, that's really bad.
Let's go.
Luigi is causing some errors that we are hopefully fixing today. Set E080. Watch focus object. What do you mean, Luigi? I mean Luigi. What's the crash? TLV exception on load. Design. No. Cutscene focus actor is 0. So it looks like when you spawn a star with Luigi, it just crashes. Why is it crashing? What a dumb fucking question. How am I supposed to? If I knew it wouldn't be crashing. Why aren't you winning the lottery?
Let's go.
Okay, the floor still works for Mario, that's good. I need the energy button for Luigi. Controller 2, L button, put it on Q. Where's Luigi? Oh, there. Not working. Don't tell me I didn't set up an L button for her. Or press out to levitate for Luigi. Oh, it was the R button that I set up. Hey! Oh, hello Pringle! Welcome to the stream. I thought you were gonna stream for a while longer. Your stream's fun. I think I'll watch more if I'm ever again on Twitch. We're working on adding Luigi today. Will Luigi be multiple like the split screen multiplayer or like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion? It will be split screen. Non-split screen multiplayer and R64 is nonsense. Alright, we got the floor working. It's your first Kazwag? I prefer those light Kazos. I mean, it looked like you were confident in playing it. I think they're more fun to watch, especially speedrun-wise. Yes, I'm using Project 64, not RS. So our mission today is replacing all those functions that target Mario and make them target Mario or Luigi depending on who they should be targeting. And maybe get started on the multiplayer implementation. Do we have any OST wishes? So it's a lot of work we have to do to retroactively make the game work with multiplayer. But it's less work than if we had started with multiplayer actually, which is great. It says Mario, but it's actually the player. You know what? What if we just use player instead of Mario? We'll do that going forward. So you can only control one at a time, so it's like Luigi. Because I don't have 4 hands. What do you mean? Yeah, Case doesn't have 4 hands. This is like stupid Luigi multiplayer. Doesn't count. Are you pretty much finished with the main level content of the hack now? It's just extra stuff. Yes. Well, there is still a main level content in the sense of Biobeck is reworking some levels. I think he is almost done with course 15 reworking, which is the last course. But there's some other courses as well. Long time no see. Hello, Clayman. Has it been that long? I thought you were here like every week or every other week. The reason it's too long and too personal, a story to share on public forum like this, is I took the crab pipe to the shit pond and came out clean and well. Damn, okay. That sounds rough. Start at the top of the file here. This is unused code, but it won't bother me. But I've seen Luigi at RTYI. I really like how RTYI Luigi looks like. He's pretty neat looking. Pixel Palabra worked on him and did a great job. So right now we're making the cloud cap work with Luigi. And now we're making the ice cap work with Luigi. Locking out? Sure. So when you did a stream, I remember when you worked on split screen back in like 2019 or 2020. Yeah, I did do that on stream. I don't think it was too much of a pain. It was like a week of work. That's not a lot of pain in like programming terms. Funnily, the most difficult project that I think I've worked on, I haven't even shown to anyone because it's not finished because it's like too difficult to finish. So if I'm going to work, is it just going to be a race and who can get done first? It is going to be sandboxy in the sense that you can decide whether you want to help each other or whether you hate each other. Okay, we're gonna have a billion compile errors. That is fine. Hello, Jack the Goth guy. Long time. No see in the stream at least. Neat. Will work right away. Because no one suggested an OST, I have no reason to Sonic Adventure on OST. If you're doing some multiplayer stuff, but how do you plan on handling the camera like 3D World? Split screen. Actually, do you think you'd ever come back to OGS for split screen? I mean, obviously it's not like a great idea. We might remake Mario 64 in the RTY engine, which would give you that right away. Oh. This is an issue. The bomb sprite code is an actor, so it doesn't have a parameter like that. That's what we'll do. A file editor. Where are we using this from? Oh, easy. Then what else is missing? Oh, motor statement player state. You have the rights to update power-ups. What the hell have I done here? It compiles. Let's see it doesn't crash. If I did everything right, then now these caps here should work with Luigi as well. Make sure they actually work with Mario first. You ready for Ice Cap Luigi? For the first time ever? They're not solid until Mario's close. Only Mario can break him! Oh no. Alright. Oh my god, Luigi, you dumbass. Ice Luigi works! That's cool. What about Cloud Luigi? I think Cloud Luigi will put the head on Mario. But other than that, I think it will work. We can try Wing Luigi first. Either most kitschy music ever or some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life. This is Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure OST. What's so bad about Sonic Adventure, huh? What does kitschy even mean? Okay, interesting. Can Mario pick up the club right now? He can. Oh, but he can't use it. Interesting. Where's this? 2, 4, 7, 8, 7, 9, 7, 8, 7, 7? It just crashes on Mario's behavior somewhere. Okay, we need to fix that. Está muy buen, sure. Here, buddy. Will the little biotherapies be bullied when playing 2-player mode? What is a biotherapy? Is this multiplayer for Luigi or is it just endgame like the Galaxy games? It is multiplayer, split screen. No. One thing I'm not entirely sure about yet is how we're gonna handle it. I think we might have to limit multiplayer to 30 FPS on the N64, just for nausea reasons. The players will be equals, Samuel. No, we can't really... I don't know what we're gonna do about this one. Some of these actors are going to be really weird to make work. This file is done. Nice. The last time I was actually in mainstream reviews was back during the Spisco streams. This was when I called Snyder Spider 12. I remember Snyder Spider. No, is this a song request? Opening from Super Smash Bros. Melee. An 8-bit music? Sorry, who is writing me? This is kind of a banger. Yeah, so we have some nonsense code like this, where it just uses the Mario state for some reason, even though we have a pointer to it already. Resident at multiplayer? Well, it's a binary hack. It'd be very difficult to do, comparatively, to doing it in C. There will not be a versus mode. Oh, Luigi's ground pound jump didn't work until just now. It's still doesn't work? Why not? This is sus. Did I compile the game? Hello, Diandra. Oh, okay. I didn't compile the game. There we go. But the minutes of what you can't do, can you collect South America and redo that? They are equals. The idea is to have both players exactly equal. I saw that, Caleb. There is no chance that you will be the one reworking the levels. We want Bioback to do it for a good reason. Okay. Shit. This is a weird function. Needs to be an actual helper, so actually not here. Oh, then what did you mean? When you will play two-player mode, do you need to disable anti-aliasing Alex in the settings to upgrade FPS into player mode? I don't think we'll force that on the player. Luigi is multiplayer. This needs to move the actor help first. Easy replacement there. Say hi. You good luck getting Luigi working. Hopefully it isn't too bummy of a process. We'll be fine. Some non-adjunct friendly fire would be funny. I have a few things written down for how this should work. So, when you're in co-op and you die, you instead will be put into a bubble and the other player can pop it, just like the old multiplayer. Each player maybe gets 2 bubbles per level, and after that you just die. It is collaborative, but people can mess with each other. One funny way that we think people should be able to mess with each other is the breakdance. If you do that, then like they do like a spin forwards. Or maybe with some knockback, they should take some damage. I think people should be able to punch each other and dive into each other, doing maybe 1 or 2 damage. And I think crouching on someone... Jumping on someone who crouches should give you an instant triple jump, kind of like the ground pound jump. Taunts on the D-pad is a funny idea. And then maybe the L button should just let you instantly bubble. So... that way you can play with each other or against each other. Yes, you'll be able to move around slightly. I'm not sure, Caleb. I think all the side levels right now are either... Let me take a look. Let's see what I got. Side levels. We have Boza's Yacht. That's a very difficult one to make. I have a level that I want to base on the wing cap. One that's based on the cloud cap, which maybe could be like a sky fortress. This one could be a bit more open world with 8 red coins. Hyper fruit based level, this one would be very linear. Race, this one is also very linear. I think since you wanted an open level, maybe the cloud cap or the wing cap level. You said there won't be a versus mode, it's basically a versus mode. But you can also collab with the bubble. You're thinking about this wrong. You can do either one. You can do collab or versus. It's writing me here. Oh, it's all you, Caleb. I mean, even this, you know, you have these Brody walls here. That needs to be gone. What do you think? Split screen slows down rendering? Maybe 35%. That's what I would say. Hello, Catext. As in, we render 65% as many frames. Okay, spawn map is an issue, because obviously Luigi should be able to spawn the map. Damn. Okay, we definitely have to rewrite this part. Good. Yeah, that's too much to do right now. Christine, the boss will be hired by the programmers. That's too cruel. Hello, Franklin. How's Bandrax Mario 64 going? Pretty well, I would say. What's the famous world? It's working perfectly. This is what Bandrax Mario looks like right now. It's the last thing we did. There's 120 stars finished here. It looks a little buggy right now. I think this enemy is the last thing we did. We're doing all the enemies in alphabetical order, and this guy's name is Shrapnel. So it should show you roughly how far we are. The enemies is like the last thing we need to do, but they are a lot of work. The players need to be in the same area, yes. Okay, this is the problem. How do instant warps work here with Mario and Luigi? Because obviously they need to both warp. This is fucked up. I'm just gonna put a to-do here, because I'm not thinking about this right now. Are you making co-op? It is sandbox. It's neither co-op nor versus. It's up to you whether it's co-op or versus. Fine. This should be fine. Okay, the particles here only spawning around Mario is a bit unfortunate. But I certainly will be taking special melee route and higher voice actor. I think some already made voice for Luigi. Zena and Retro Doty should be in a call right now and work on the voices. It's mostly annoying for multiplayer. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, the only real instant warps in RDYI is between overworlds and looping parts. And in looping parts, we don't actually need the warp to happen. But in the overworld, it will be a little bit jarring. And that's just a loss we have to take. Isn't it duplicating code for each state? No, it's not just duplicating it. For example, think of... What's a good example? Something like a Wump. A Wump, you have to be on him, and you need to be ground pounding him to destroy him. Now if you just duplicated both parts, Mario could be standing on him and Luigi could be ground pounding and he would die. That'd be fucked up. So there's a lot of logic we need to adjust.
Cause AI have an optimization idea. So you know how currently Return to Yoshi's Island spends a lot of time on reading the controller input. What if you only read the controller input every 4 frames to reduce the overall load on the game's engine?
Yep, calculate. You got any other great ideas? What about implementing a one-child policy? Or... what about... starting World War III? Do you think that's a good idea? I don't know, I had to find something that everyone agrees is a bad idea. But it was very difficult to do that. Can we later have the Mark's position plus videos in front of him or something if he triggers the collision? Yes, that's probably what I'll have to do. And that is what I did in the last multiplayer version I made. But obviously that's kinda jarring, and ideally we wouldn't do that. something like team-based mechanical work where you switch
Have
between
you
Mario
considered
Legend
learning
used it on.
assembly to rewrite certain hot paths in the code for better register usage? GCC loves pushing to improve stack constantly. I cache usage.
I need to make the music louder. I can still hear the stupid stuff Kakidef is saying. It is a good idea, I agree. Well, I mean, it's the best idea we have, I should say. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, GCC sucks with registers. Wait until I make the function about arctan2s. We did the video about it. GCC has done some serious bullshit there. This is fine. Okay. Have you said today any plans to modify Luigi's voice purple to 70s party free voice? I want the voice that kind of sounds like Mario Kart 64. And we currently have Retro Doty working on dubbing it over. Ugh, how are we gonna handle the mash overlay? Yeah, it's very easy to mess up the co-op implementation. In Scalux's multiplayer, what you could do is you could just kick each other out of the star grab animation and then cancel the star grabbing, which was also not great. And even in my multiplayer version, what you could do is you could grab 2 stars at the same time. And then just leave the level with both stars. I'm not sure I want to prevent that here. I feel like if players do that, they should just get both stars. Mario Kart 64 voice is just high-pitched Mario voice. What?
Here we go. Bingo. Ho 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 ho. Mamma mia. Wow 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 wow. Yahoo! I'm Luigi, #1.
You sure? I think, fuck it, we're not
The
running
usage
lens
of
first in
extra
multiplayer.
C files reminds me of header files.
What? The ink.c files is the what you're talking about? I'm confused. You meant the Japanese version? Oh, I see. No, I love Mario Kart 64, Luigi. Mario Kart 64 probably has the best voice acting out of any video game ever. Can you name one game with better voice acting? Team's mechanic has so much potential of both having different power-ups sometimes or moves similar to Mario and Luigi RPGs or a bit of a puzzle between 2 players. We can't put puzzles that require both players because this is a single player game. What is this? Is scoping be a concern when developing, or is it something you don't worry about much? I think our scope is not really expanding, so I'm not worried about it. I mean, maybe it has expanded. Well, it definitely has expanded since we started, but like recently I don't think it has. It actually got a little bit smaller because I noticed that 15 of the stars we had planned weren't gonna be fun, so we cut them. How are we gonna handle talk cutscenes in multiplayer? Marcy, let's listen to Marcy's funniest.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Hiya.
They're pretty
Yeah.
crunched.
Oh yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woohoo! Yeah, hey.
What the fuck?
Oh. Ow! Gotcha. Ow!
Mario doesn't have a German variant of Mario Kart.
Oh.
They get the same voice as everyone else. Yeah, they're too compressed and they don't sound as good as Mario Kart 64, Luigi. The one thing I worry about the most with the voice lines actually is it blowing up our ROM size. We're at 62.7 megabytes. It's kind of fucked up how little space we have left. 100? Who's that again? This?
Yeah. Oh. Waha! Yahoo! Oh. Yeah.
You can clearly hate that this is an imitator.
Idea.
Oh.
Minimize the
Yeah.
files to be smaller and kinda small the optimal compress.
I didn't even hear you, bro.
Can you port Return to Yoshi's Island at J2E?
Sure. Can trigger upturns from rubber layers, place them in front of the NPC with dialogue in online if one of them triggers it. Also that one player reading every sign just to draw. That sounds extremely unpleasant, unfortunately. What I did in the old multiplayer was disable dialogue entirely. Every time a dialogue would pop up, it just instantly finish. Usually to Smash 6 melee voice, which is just fine. Yeah, but I prefer having Luigi voices. That's made a Mario. Oh, right, him! He was in my Discord at one point, and I talked to him, I think, about it. But let's see first the Mario Kart 64 star, because Mario Kart 64 Luigi is by far my favorite. Dialogue situation is crazy. You can have the dialogue be per player. And you think about how that would be. So we'd have to disable time stop, of course. Okay, let's say whichever Mario brother talks to an NPC, that's the one that gets put into the dialogue state. There is no time stop. The other player can just keep running around. The problem is the text would get so small, right? I don't think it'd be very cohesive turquoise. Ew. Let me make sure everything still works with non-players. I think it's one. Okay. So you have to imagine this on like half the screen, right? It's like, yeah. Oh my god, that's fucked up, right? I mean, I guess what we could do is just double the size of the dialogue on that player screen. So in multiplayer, like your whole screen just becomes dialogue, maybe? You wanna unlock multiplayer to post-game content? Imagine buying this game thinking like, oh my god, finally I played my Mario 64 with my bro, and then like you can't even play with him until after you've beaten the game by yourself once? How fucked up would that be? Next person normally they get on half the screen height, right? Yes. I think that's how we will handle it. That's gonna be a lot of work. Remove time stop in multiplayer. The size remains unchanged. It will cover most of the player's screen. Only the brother inside the closest anything. Luigi will have his own voice. What if I ship the game like this, and then if you donate $100, I'll change this one number for you? What if we ship it with like a Game Shark module you can buy from me, and all the Game Shark module does is change this one number to a 2? So you have to buy the multiplayer version. That's awesome, I'm sending this clip to Nintendo. No! Wait, Nintendo lost their lawsuit against Game Shark. They can't do anything. I really shouldn't have duplicated this pile of shit so much. Oh. Ugh. Hmm. This is the pain to rework. This is why you don't duplicate code. It was a huge mistake of me to do this. I did it because I wanted to save programming time, and I did save programming time, and now I'm wasting a lot of it. Because I have to unduplicate all the code. Had to grab pose. Okay, interesting. Because I recreate Sonic Adventure with this engine. You can recreate Sonic Adventure in any engine. It's just whether that's gonna be a good recreation or not is a different question. In this engine, I think you could do something decent. How common is it to get an autograph? I've never gotten an autograph from anyone in my entire life. And I don't want one. Getting an autograph makes me feel like a fanboy. Like I'm putting that person above me. It feels so humiliating. Hello, Sea Lion. Is touching Mario where it is being used? Okay, we need to supply a Mario state here. I want your autograph. Why? Weirdo. Hello, the sad diamond. I am having a day today. Autograph mock. Too rude. Imagine you get autograph mock. How did that compile? That should not be compiling. Do you have a brother, aka Green Case? I do have a little brother. Oh, this is horrifying. I never even thought about this code existing. Oh no. Yeah, we need to check for that as well. This is garbage. I'm not using engine parts. Alright, let's see. What's the damage from this one? 21 results. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, probably also sucks. And we need to translate this into the other version at the end. Camera tick. It's my other thing. Don't make me type it out again. Okay, we're saved. Okay, I think the game might be crashing now. Quick double check. The most confusing thing someone said about my Romex. I'm not sure if I ever get confused about stuff people say. But I can tell you the most wrong thing people say about my Romex. Or someone said about my Romex. And I'm still mad about it. I wanna translate this for multiplayer. What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. I know what this is. What's Luigi Time for? Just for fun? Ring flower. You know what? This one we can translate to both players right away. So if you're calling the game just Yoshi's Island 64, Yoshi's Island 64 sounds like you play as Yoshi. But in a way I do kind of want to call it Yoshi's Island 64. Because the name is cleaner, simpler. What is this? Why is this not... Oh. I know why. This actor is actually two parts. One part does the scaling, the other part does the springing. It makes this very simple parts.
Kaze a lizard person? Notice how Kaze in anime is always represented by weird Yoshi things and Yoshis are dinosaurs. And you know what? Dinosaurs are kinda like lizards. So if Kaze is a lizard person, my only question is, what is Kaze's opinion on the Argentine black?
That's true. Mark Zuckerberg is actually my uncle. I helped them design the USB sound. Something seriously fucked you with the unlimited FPS when Luigi's on screen. Convince someone I remember using some stuff that Luigi was unbelievable and then I was saying, like, I think it's some such shit. Wait, let me read that again. As soon as I was stressed in the email, I said to the 165, will you accept that phrase of Mars very totally yourself? Maybe, if it fits the art style, if it's good enough, and we're still looking for side levels, then yes. Okay, yeah, I'm not like super mad at the thing that someone said. I'm like a little bit mad. See, what happened is Simple Flips was playing that time I became friends with the Royal Scuttlebug family and Phil from Space. And there's this super easy section at the end that I gave to a casual that had never played Mario 64 before and they first tried it. My wife first tried it. Vinesauce first tried it, but Simple Flips for some reason needed 12 tries to do it. I think he was trolling on purpose. And then someone in chat said, "This is why I don't play case games, they're always so difficult. Way too Kaiser for me." Oh my god. Fuck you. Any dedicated level multiplayer is planned? Nope. Meow, meow, meow. Yes, with Luigi, I think we're always turning on 30 FPS mode, and we are removing the option to turn 30 FPS mode off, because I think it'd be too much of a pain. The biggest worry I have with unlimited FPS with Luigi is that the graph thread takes longer to process, and that the actor locations will be desynced by 1 frame between Mario and Luigi frequently, and it will look super jittery. It's not gonna duplicate the screens. Let me show you what we're gonna do, or what my plan is. So, first we're gonna separate the screens like this. There will not be an option to do it another way. But then obviously you have ultra wide screen here, yeah, and this is 32 to 9. You don't need 32 to 9, 16 to 9 is enough. So after that we'll remove this part of the screen, and we'll remove this part of the screen. So now you have 2 decent sized wide screens that you can play on. I think that makes sense. And this gives us the advantage that this whole part of the screen is black and this whole part of the screen is black. We can maybe put the heads-up display there. I'm thinking I'll put the heads-up display there and just render a black triangle whenever it changes. So that way you have to hold screen free. Let me actually write that down. Screens are 16 to 9 stacked on top of each other. Render and then
I asked Claude for optimization advice, and it suggested removing Luigi. Consider that.
Sure. We're gonna use custom voices, and Luigi would be higher pitch, not low pitch. Is it? No, in widescreen it's all in split screen it's always widescreen basically. Because 4 to 3, you cut it in half, it becomes 8 to 3. 8 to 3 is 16 to 6. That's 24 to 9. What's split screen? Vertically to 16 to 9 and horizontal for 4 to 3? I have no idea what you're asking. What is the Z stand for? Luigi. You got it. Oh, this is why the thing crashed. Okay, I see. Oh, that's nasty. Right, we're gonna make the cloud following work for both players. Up. Luigi is always higher pitched in like Melee and Smash 64. Let's move left to right on right screen stuff. No, it's always top and bottom. It will never change. Left to right is awful. Because like you can't look to the sides. You can shift screens to the sides and put stuff like both players' health and dialog boxes on the side. I'm thinking we have a black bar on each side, and then we have heads-up display over there. Shift the screens to the side and put stuff like the... Yes. Already read that. Okay, what is this shit? Mario's next object is O. Then we just follow Mario. This is the worst code I've ever seen. We're rewriting this. Oh, I see. There actually is a purpose to this. First cloud has to be higher. Isn't it your code? It is my code. There's still Nintendo code and Mario's code, and there's some Lib Ultra code. But Lib Ultra, I'm still waiting for Death Wizard to finish his Lib Ultra rewrite. We removed this, which is good. How's this even supposed to work? Hello, Zena. Oh yeah, I banned you. No, I'm kidding. Something around to this. Can you make a second operator enough to run at high res 60 FPS? High res? No. Oh, there's multiple people that can't chat on Twitch. That's messed up. This is shitcode. Cool. It is. I recognized this as shitcode a while ago, I guess. Yeah. Good to know. We're just rewriting this. Broke something. How do we best do this? Wait, isn't this for something else? Oh, fuck. 0x11. I don't think we can do that. 0x14 is used for cloud follow. This one is all of these things. Okay, so the code we had doesn't even work because it would crash. I guess that explains the crash we saw earlier. That doesn't make any sense. Pointer 3 is the next cloud. Pointer 4 is going to be the previous cloud. So then the next cloud is the cloud that comes after that. Like, that should work. We consume the first cloud and destroy it. Then we set the next cloud to be... well, I guess I need to destroy it here. Destroy the first cloud, set the first cloud's following cloud to this. Okay. Wait. This doesn't always work. For Mars next clouds. Fuck this for now. No, the next cloud 4 or 3. What am I doing? Oh my god, this is so confusing.
Come out with your hands up, do not reach for anything, you are under arrest for RMA Nintendo games.
Hello. I'm sorry. 4 is next. No, 4 is previous, 3 is next. For Mario is the first. Still. After Mario, we attach to this. What the fuck am I doing? And then, start a new one there. That's the wrong way around. The previous of that to Mario. Wow, that makes no sense. Oh, it should be the current object. Wait, this is why this makes no sense. Because I used the G current object symbol.
Your technical explanation in this video completely blew my mind. I never knew that about the game. What inspired you to go in this direction for your channel?
Sorry, I didn't read that. I'm too busy with this. Can you type it in normal chat? Are misc animations for Mario? What are these questions? What is a misc animation? And this one reaches the amount of coding skills. What I'm doing right now is not showing any skill. Simulated Mario was such a hard message. I am concentrating. And we push the next one back by slotting the spawn in. Okay, that makes it a bit more clear. And then this one's pushed back. So the pushback's previous becomes the spawned. Spawn's next becomes the pushback. Let's hope it doesn't crash.
Here we go!
Hey, it works. If it works again. There we go. Okay, maybe I was displaying pretty good skills there.
Here we go!
Hey, we get Cloud Luigi working. What do you think of Cloud Luigi? Are those which miscellaneous animations are you talking about? 2 years ago, you were able to display green over 10 cameras by having 20 some of the late optimization in the engine and increased, or stays more or less the same. That was in like a completely black area. There are a few optimizations that affected, so maybe instead of 26, it's like 27 or 28 now, but nothing significant. Hello, Pika Blue. Would like to try this on an NL and 64. Any tips? Wait until I release it, and then get a summer card. Zaina, how's the voice acting going? So this is for later. Let's go into the next big file, game tick. Of course the pop take a bit of processing and CPU time, yeah. I'm seeing Mario underscore misc. That's not an animations file, that's miscellaneous code. Still waiting on retro Doti. What? I thought you were starting at 2:30. At 3:30? That's funny, Pikachu. Can you actually just play Mario in that game? I bet you game tick, you fool. Copycat of greater things. Fool of a... Here's Green Mario Miss. Yes! This is miscellaneous code. What makes you think this is an animation? Oh? I am confused. It takes an extremely small amount white ghost. Probably below a microsecond. We need to split the power meter hut into two. We can't have it done, that's don't worry. Man, I'm kinda stun locked on what to the next. There's HUD, and there's camera. I guess camera would be like a big one to have working. Why are you so upset at Luigi, Kaki? What did he do to you? I'm just gonna write this down some to do. Demo for an yes, there is a demo. There is the Return to Yoshi's Island demo from I think 2025. We haven't done camera tick yet. Oh no, that's the much bigger one. Alright, that's the camera tick. Wait. We might be able to fix this in 2 seconds. We did it. We separate camera tick. I think a bunch of one is so good. They need to make something adventure free. Did he say when he would have time, Zaina? Okay, we're not doing HUD for now. This is all HUD stuff. This is... Oh, we're gonna have to render separate HUDs for the egg coins as well. Emergency for optimization reasons, so it seems kind of ridiculous. In fact, just to ruin the game, you're running the game, and now it's gonna be like forever. Green fuck. The worst part is, I think someone will actually genuinely believe that. Hasn't responded yet. Oh my god. I think Bowser is slightly lower probably. I mean, why would we want to increase the polygon count, right? We want to just increase the visual fidelity. It's on my to-do list. Camera extern. Okay. This needs to apply to both products actually. I think this is the simple duplicated situation. Demo 1 is not very good. You should play Demo 2. It's a lot more updated. I'm not interested in increasing the triangle count for no reason. We're gonna cause so many bugs doing this, oh my god. Demo 1 was when I was wanting to finish the game, which is like a couple of years before I tried to optimize anything and before my YouTube channel blew up and all that stuff. That was when I didn't care that much about making this like a super good game. But now I do care. We still have 3087 results, by the way. It's gonna be a lot of work to fix. Does anyone know how many we had at the start of the stream? Are we Mario memory video, or you still have so much laying around? I still have so much memory, but I don't really care about memory. You're getting Deutsche Bahn? I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? People keep saying that Deutsche Bahn has so much delay. I literally did not have a single delay on the Deutsche Bahn ever, and I drove at least like 200 times. I need to do that as well. Okay, for this we can probably also just do that again. Yep, that worked. 246 F8C, 2471 E8. So we added around 1 kilobyte of code to this probably by adding multiplayer, which is not too bad. A kilobyte is very little. I know that what I said was only half a kilobyte, but that's also only halfway down the code. And it's a very approximation I gave. You know what pisses me off? People that try to be smart asses about the difference between a kilobyte and a kilobyte. You guys are like Reddit moderators. Kilobyte is a kilobyte, okay? No one thinks a kilobyte is 1000 bytes. We all know it's 1024. You are being brainwashed by your ISP if you think that a kilobyte is not 1024. Your ISP is just a piece of shit and pretending there's a difference. That's my interpretation of things. What can you do with 0.25 megabytes? Hopefully add all of Luigi's voices. Okay, we have managed to separate most engine level code outside of cutscenes and HUD between Mario and Luigi. Which is good. The engine now treats them as equals. Cutscene, Luigi, and rendering, actually. Cutscene, HUD, and rendering. Are you sure about that? Yes. Next time, I wanna make Luigi be able to land on platforms. Because this has been an issue. What's an engine? I think that's true. Oh, I guess there's still a fair bit of here that we need to do. Shit. Okay. We have one more engine file that we need to change. Do this right now? Well, actually, we can. We need some mechanics that requires stabilize. Nope. It's a single player game. You just happen to also be able to do it in multiplayer. This should never be true. What is this? I'm just going to remove this. Mario's position is higher than its floor height returning? It's always higher. What? What interest work right now? It does, somehow. Oh, it's because he's not supposed to do that in jumping. Makes sense. The thing is, whenever I play with a friend, he loses me where I am, is trying to find me, or he wants to do the button so the expectation to play the band isn't efficient for me. Doing it on a single screen would be extremely annoying, because when one person turns the camera, the other person just dies. What you can do in this is still like a New Super Mario Bros. Where you can just go in the bubble, and then you float to the other player. So if you ever lost, you can just bubble up. Think about because you would going to be equal to the floor height. Yes, you would be equal to the floor height when you're on the floor. At which point this code is supposed to pass. It's not a bug. Just don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we need to just get the closer Mario here. We should just treat the closer Mario as the Mario object. What if we do that? Is that the play? Okay, we have to make a big decision here. There's a lot of objects right now that only work with one Mario. I mean, fucking obviously, that's how we programmed the game. And they might turn to Mario and things like that. I think the easiest thing we can do is have a relevant Mario pointer, and it always points at the Mario that's closer. Gives me a small by split screen on a single screen the size of 2 again. I have a better overview. It's unplayable. Have you seen the? Have you seen the single screen multiplayer? It looks fine here, but like you can't see the game like 90% of the time. What if one person turns the camera? The other person just dies instantly. And then you also have this problem here, where you can't even see the game anymore. The trailer makes it look a lot better than it is. Let's see. You see that? Luigi ran into a wall because the Mario turned the camera. We can't do this, man. And now you always have to wait on each other. Fun fact, the Mario 64 single screen multiplayer speedrun takes longer than the single player speedrun because you cripple each other so much by forcing the other player to wait on the camera that you can't play the game. Like only one person is able to... No! No! Definitely not. That's higher than which rather than 240p screen. Yeah. I mean, we can consider putting... But then how does dialogue work? How do cutscenes work? I can't do that. It has to be split screen. It just has to be. Getting into it makes it funnier to play on the squad. I understand that some people think that way, and that's completely fair. But as far as I'm concerned, I hate that, and I have to make the game in the way where I like it as well. For really using 3D world, having a shared result works, but merging that's a nightmare. I think so too. The up and down is the split, not left and right. See, when you ask vertical or horizontal split screen, I don't even know what that means. Because horizontal could mean the split is this way, or it could mean the screens are aligned horizontally. With a rate split screen, I think that's not true. I think it's just one person. What's a good number? Sure. Let's compile. It does. Okay. Have you ever played the Sunshine Code mod as one of the lasers far away the camera is expanding? I have not, but that's how it works in the Mario 64 one as well. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that some people like the shared screen, but I think for the vast majority of the population, they prefer the single screen, me included, or the split screen, me included, and we can't support both. That'd be way too much work on me. Maybe also like a play. Yes. I think for split screen, anything above 20 FPS is what I consider playable, but I expect that the vast majority of areas will be 30 FPS. And now platforms become solid for Luigi as well. Isn't that cool? Oh, Luigi has his own camera now. That's why the controls are fucked. Let me see the key buttons here. Up, left, right, down. Never mind, the C buttons don't work. I'm holding top left on Luigi, what happens now? Yeah, see, Luigi's camera is rotating, but we can't see it. That's funny. E buttons don't seem to work for him though, what's that? I am not sure. The player that enters first will teleport the other player to him. That's the only way we can do it. Today's goal, get Luigi in as far as we can. You guys want to see a quick performance test with 2 plumbers in Bunny Brushwoods? Let's see what we get. Luigi have proper overalls? No? I mean, it's still 42 FPS with 2 people here. .41 with anti-aliasing, or still 40 with anti-aliasing on. I think we'll be fine. Oh, what happened to these guys? It looks like we caused some bugs to appear. And now we can just use the relevant player pointer. We need 2 of these as well. Okay. Can you set 2 different spawn points for each other and make them have collision against each other? We'll just have them spawn next to each other. We will like add a spawn offset via code. Well, obviously I can't do everything all at once in parallel, so that's gonna happen later. We'll have to look into how we resolve those situations exactly. Toilet deck. Less than 0x3 hardcoded. That's the size of the surface. If it's ever not 0x30, that's a problem. This function also has some restrictions on the size. I think I know it would be different in a single when a player surface. Well, that, yes. But also, how are you gonna handle dialogues? Like, programming-wise, there's problems. TSC Lion. There's no demo free now. There probably never will be a demo free. That makes me scared for my life sometimes. That's fair. How do we render 2 viewports now? Is the question. So basically render scene has to run twice. No, that's wrong. View projection. Okay, this is the fucked up part. We don't want to compute all the animations twice. This is what we did in the original Mario 64 multiplayer, but obviously we don't want to do it here. And then all of this also needs to run both times. Oh, but this is also updating the physics. The second update needs to run without physics. We need to render all the coins. We need to render all the shadows. We need to append this. Oh no! We need more render buffers, because Luigi also needs his own ones. Okay, I am unhappy about this realization. There was a chart. There still is a chart. It's the RTYI milestone tracker. I can post it real quick. Right now we're waiting mostly on Biomex rework here, which I think is mostly done. I'm just gonna put this at 80% since Biomex isn't updating it. We're mostly waiting for reworks at this point. Okay, I have a serious issue with this, and that is that all of these render buffers have to happen twice, which is messed up. But there is the thought we had of just limiting the game to 30 FPS anyway, right? If multiplayer is 30 FPS, we can just render the thread twice and we don't need to double buffer everything. Because everything is already double buffered. Or that we don't need to quadruple buffer it. We still need to decide on that target duck, I don't know yet. Right now I don't think Luigi can talk to them, I think he just gets stunned in place if you try. So if we just render the video twice, do we just say fuck it and crunch all the transformations twice as well? Just to not ruin our single player FPS? Oh, that doesn't really work. Because the interpolation would still happen. Unless I pass G-Physics advances and put 0 in there. That could work. That's actually the perfect solution. We'll do that, yes. And then with Physics Advances 0, we can skip computing all the things. No, we can't. What if we have a separate display list just for the camera, and then all the actors have use the normal display lists. It could be a big performance improvement. So the idea would be this part here has its own display listed sets. That's just unrelated to the main one. Where are we setting this right now to? Master DL head. Okay, we're actually already setting it to a different one. Master DL head. Execute ref comments would be its own one. And then all the particles would need its own thing as well. And then once these have their own thing, the coins already have their own thing, I guess, kinda. The coins DL, which is already double buffered, so that's good. And then we can skip computing all this. Okay, that's what we'll do, I think. Pull up rendering. Alright, so Luigi's screen will render on every other VI. Luigi will has physic advance is equal to 0 into the render scene function, as well as a reuse DL or reuse node buffers black. The camera setup and the particles will be moved into their own render buffers. Mario will stitch back the now 3 separate pieces. Luigi will calculate all of them, which will auto stitch all 3 pieces, but we use the execute graph comments result from Mario's last frame. VI vertical interrupt. If we do that, this will allow us to skip all the matrix math on all the odd frames, which should give us probably 4 milliseconds on the CPU back in multiplayer. The only downside here is we need a separate render buffer for the particles, which is not really a bad thing. It will cost us a little bit of RAM, but it should be fine. There's an issue. Never mind, there isn't. We're fine. Never mind. I think this all works. I can't think of any issue with this. Of course, they each need their own. Oh no, what's in the render image? Okay, I think this also needs to be separated. see. And no, actually. It's separated. There were searches with the multiplayer scripts from ROM that was certain links ran into XP because of Luigi had not been fixed. We just started on this like yesterday, nothing's been fixed. I don't know anything about 2x speed stuff. Was it stuff like paintings wobbling? That makes sense. What if both players go to that one planetary? Yes, that's a difficult thing to resolve. I'm thinking for that one, only one player can fight them at a time. And the other person's gonna be in a bubble. So one person will just be bubbled, and then if the other person frees them, they get into the bubble. That's how we're gonna handle that. Minutes into 30 FPS. Maybe game spread and then thinking twice multiplayer will be a little bit laggy. There's no doubt about that, but I think it is what we have to do. What else can we do to maybe increase the FPS for cheap? Disable music. Object sounds both for events and the sign box opening and the hack house ratio. Object sounds and the sign box. That's weird. Oh, what about sound panning? We have to disable sound panning somehow. Because there's two screens. Every single player only areas. The Raven boss fight. Maybe the minecart section course 12. Most gameplay, I think like 98% will be multiplayer. Is already intended on doing another old game on PC, but I'm not recording nothing. No. I don't know what I'll do after this. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, this is a good plan. This plan will be difficult. It will not be easy to separate the rendering. This is gonna be a lot more difficult than the Mario 64 split screen, because we actually want to do this in a good way. The Mario 64 split screen one I made was done in a poopy way, and that game is a lot simpler. And it has a lot of bugs. We could, of course, just run it twice and not do any of this. The problem is also the tax brackets need to work. We have advanced tech that we need to adjust. It's possible. It's possible. Nope, there's nothing multiplayer exclusive. Alright, I think I'm gonna start on some of this off-stream. This is not very on-stream appropriate. If I solve all of this, the next stream will be multiplayer stream, but there's a good chance I won't. And then we'll go back to the side levels. I will see you guys in the next stream. Until then, bye bye.